All right, hello, folks. Welcome. As we're in progress here in the first bit of play here from Norwood High School, as Norwood Field Hockey is taking on Medway. I'm Joe Pinola alongside Joey O'Connor. Joey, we've got a beautiful day here, and we're going to be seeing a lot of pink today. It's the pink night, or pink afternoon, I guess, for field hockey today, benefiting cancer research.
Yeah, ourselves, we are also rocking the pink gear gifted to us by NCM, so shout out to Norwood Community Media. We took a nice picture with everyone rocking the pink gear today. So awesome to see, especially in the month of October, raising awareness for breast cancer and breast cancer research. And this has kind of become like a nice little tradition for the field hockey team, Joe.
Absolutely. They've been getting it going for a number of years, and I guess since that tradition has been in play, and even some time before, the field hockey team has been one of the more successful programs from Norwood. So if you're just joining us or you haven't seen a whole lot of broadcasts from this team, field hockey for Norwood is 9-1-0 this season, with the one loss coming against undefeated Walpole. So this is a force to be reckoned with, a team that lost in the state finals last year and is looking to come right back there, led by two senior captains, the goalkeeper Ava O'Neill and already committed to D1 field hockey in Shay Larkey.
Yeah, they are having an unbelievable season, especially after you mentioned, Joe, coming off of a state championship appearance. Sometimes, you get the championship hangover. You don't come out playing as well. You're not playing as hungry. But this Norwood Mustangs team has come out hungry this year. As you mentioned, a 9-1 record, and the only loss to a Walpole team that is a field hockey dynasty that goes back decades, Joe.
That is a good word for it. And in fact, in that game against Walpole, the Mustangs were still able to put up a goal, and the Walpole coach even had some high praise for Ava O'Neill for her work in goal. So even in the one loss, Norwood showed well, and they came right back after that to win 6-2 against Dover Sherborne. So Norwood showing that they can have a short memory when they need it, and also playing some really quality opponents. We see the team kind of keeping it here in their own offensive end for the early part. I think that was a little bit too high on that stick from number 9. That's Ava Hines. No, it shows how little I know about field hockey here in the early going. We are not Nora Glynn. We are not Kathy Chicoy. They are the field hockey gurus. We will reserve that term for them, but we will do our best here to deal with the bevy of whistles, as I'm sure will be incoming. There's some good work in the defensive zone by Medway. Number 4 is Bella Cordes for the Mustangs. This is the battle of the Mustangs, if you will, since Norwood joined the TVL a couple years ago. A little bit of a tangle up there. Number 8, Ella Taylor, as you just saw, who was on the ball a moment ago, is one of Medway's captains. There's a nice drive from Cordes. Almost finds number 20, Ciara Maloney, a sophomore. And Medway now trying to work it up the field. Boy, Joe, it feels like our heads have been turned to the right side the whole time here.
Yeah, I don't think the ball has gone beyond the 40-yard line on the Mustang side. I think it creeped over there just one time, and Norwood has had the ball down in the Medway zone this entire game so far. And as you mentioned, Joe, against this Medway team, also the Mustangs, usually on the morning news, they call them the fake Mustangs. They're coming in with a 4-5 record, ranked 10th in the D3 field hockey power rankings. So floating right around that 500 mark. They've proven to play some tough defense already, as you mentioned, Joe. We've been in their zone all day so far. Still a 0-0 game.
For sure. Medway is no slouch. Norwood had a really good match about a week ago against Medfield, not to be confused with Medway, who they beat 1-0 on a goal from Shay Larkey. But Medfield is the number 1 team in D3, and Medway not too far behind them at number 10. You might be saying to yourself, maybe as I was earlier, 4-5 and you're ranked 10th. But if you look at D3, the opponent's strength of schedule for Medway and for Medfield, because of the strength of the TVL and field hockey, is just off the charts. And that's why Norwood has such a really high ranking, even though there's a couple of undefeated teams below them, and obviously with Medway as well. And speaking of the Medway Mustangs, they come now into their offensive end looking to get something going. Emma Penza, number 10, is a freshman for Norwood. She's on the ball defensively, along with a couple other players. But Medway now trying to skirt through. Cordes takes a low shot. Ooh, that could have been dangerous for a moment. And the Norwood Mustangs, will have to steer it out. Instead, it comes down for Medway and number 6. That's Ava Cordes. I'm going to go out on a limb here and maybe say some relation to Bella, number 4, although we can't guarantee it. And look at that diving save. Medway has come out in a hurry, and they are testing Ava O'Neill, who is up for the task early on.
Yeah, an absolutely great save there from the senior captain, Ava O'Neill. As you said, Joe, she's kind of been Stonewall Jackson back there for them the past 2 years. That time she lays out, gets horizontal, makes a great save. And Medway already applying the pressure their first time, kind of crossing half field, midfield. So right away, we've got ourselves a good game here.
So clearly, if Norwood takes their foot off the gas here, Medway is ready to pounce. You're getting some really nice field shots. There's a nice view of one, courtesy of Ron Marshalsea, a Norwood alum, and has done a great job with NCM. Meghan Corbett and Kiki Thaxter are helping us out in the truck today. And we've got a couple folks on the roof here. Micaela Brown and Brian Gagliard up there. Hope they brought their sunscreen as we have a bright, sunny day today.
Yeah, luckily I smartened up. I brought the shades again. But it is still pretty tough to see up here.
For sure. If the cloud cover comes at the right angle, we're okay, but you never know. We hear a whistle, but play continues, and Norwood now will try to usher things back into their offensive end. Good energy there from Morgan Nauman, who almost came away with it, but it comes back out for Bella Cortis. She loses possession to Larkey. Larkey dribbles around one player, makes a nifty pass into the middle of the field as she almost connected with Nauman, but a nice job by Medway to intercept.
Yeah, and a great possession there from Larkey per usual. Great stick handling, tries to make something happen. Good pass up the middle, but the Medway defense steps up, and they'll be heading the other way.
Norwood is wearing their pink jerseys, as we mentioned in the open. This is the pink night, or pink afternoon for breast cancer for Norwood. We've seen the ribbons around here. They've got a bake sale going on. And they've also got Shea Larkey close it in, splitting two defenders. And here's a shot from the Mustangs that is saved by the Medway keeper, Shea O'Neill. Talk about a combination of Norwood's captains. They've got Shea Larkey, they've got Ava O'Neill, and Medway's got Shea O'Neill playing goals. So these teams similar in many ways, I guess.
Yeah, a couple O'Neills in the net already making big saves for their teams.
So let's see what Norwood's able to cook up here. They'll start things off with their defense now. Number 21 is Bridget Sopel. She's one of the anchors on that defensive line for the Mustangs. Gets it on up for... looks like Larkey, and eventually out for number 11 for the Mustangs. That's Allie Mannering. Mannering's had a nice start to the season as well. Larkey looking to find some room, but Joey, it looks like there were maybe a quartet of Medway Mustangs around Shea. They certainly know how talented she is.
Yeah, it looks like the Medway Mustangs have done their homework, and rightfully so. They are triple teaming, quadruple teaming Larkey anytime she touches the ball. Obviously, I'm sure that's on every team's scouting report, but it's proving to be effective so far. But we will see one of these patented kind of corner plays here for the Mustangs that have proven to be effective all season.
So remember, this ball has to kind of go outside the arc, and then Norwood's able to play it back in. So it comes out for Larkey, looking for an opportunity to her right side. She'll take a low shot, and beautiful passing from her is able to connect with the goal. I think that was number 2, Morgan Nauman, who ultimately put it through.
And like we said, Joe, these corner plays have been effective for the Norwood Mustangs all season. They seem to score almost any time they set up shop. They dumped it right down the middle to Shea Larkey. She cleared out to the right. Almost looked like a shot attempt, but it was actually a great pass. You'll be able to see here on the replay.
Yeah, she kept it real low. Look at her going to the right, gets around the defender, and that is a beautiful pass in front of the goal. And Joey, I'll just try to confirm it. It is not Nauman that gets the goal. So... just a little bit off our screen there. Apologies to whoever scored that for Norwood on the play.
Great play, though, and you can just tell by the way Larkey made that pass. She wasn't even looking. She just knew her teammate was going to set up shop there on that far side post. That's just a lot of practice and a lot of great coaching.
Well, let's see if Norwood can add to this. They're already up 1-0 with 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter, and now showing some energy there on the far side are a couple of players. Looks like number 4, that is Mackenzie Conley, who's in there. And now Medway trying to alleviate some of the pressure. They eventually do get it out. Comes out for Ella Taylor, number 8. Taylor is one to watch, a senior captain for Medway. Number 10 for the Mustangs on the ball, trying to send Morgan Nauman deep, who manages to keep it in. Number 10 is Emma Penza, so we've been seeing a lot of Emma, a freshman. And Larkey once again around with it. Will draw an illegal play from Medway. And she'll usher in the offense here with 5:12 to go. Trying to deke around Cortis, but Bella instead drives it away. Nice job from her to get it about the 35-yard line, but Penza is there defensively. Now in the middle of the field for Medway. They'll look to get their offense going again. Cortis tries to drive it in, but Larkey is there to stop it. Boy, Joey Larkey has been around it the whole time.
Yeah, as active as she is on the offensive end, you can see her trying to create something in front of the Medway net again. A great kick save as we'll see another shot
Norwood
attempt.
Possession. And, it almost trickled through, and luckily for Medway, it just goes barely out of bounds.
Yeah, squeaks just left of the net. But as you were saying, Joe, as offensively talented as Larkey is, and that's what she's known for, we've seen quite a few times this year, she does a great job on that back check, just kind of hustling back, creating anarchy for the opponent, and just stealing the ball right off their sticks. And as we say that, it looks like Norwood will set up for another corner play here.
So this is like what we saw before. It comes out, this time to Bridget Sopel. Sopel takes a hard, low drive, and it just goes wide of the net. So similar to the way Norwood did it the last time, they passed it out to, I'm used to calling it the top of the key, but I'm not sure if you can call it that in field hockey. And then they were trying to get their offense going from there. It was a good shot from Sopel, but unfortunately it found the soccer net and not the field hockey goal.
Yeah, nice strong, again, in regular hockey, ice hockey, you call that a slap shot. I don't know if that's what it's called out here, but a good slap shot.
See, that's why we need Nora and Kathy up here, right? Give us the terms.
Let us know. Shoot us a text.
Absolutely. Well, we're certainly glad you're watching wherever you're coming to us from. This game will be on video on demand, and I believe on YouTube after the NCM crew does a little bit of their editing and whatnot, but we're glad you're able to join us live. We've been bringing you quite the number of sporting events this year. In fact, there's been a lot more live, it seems like, this year, so always exciting to be involved in that.
Yeah, we've been live quite a few times up here. We did field hockey. I had a field hockey game with Nora Glenn. We've had some boys soccer. I know you and I have some girls soccer next week.
Absolutely.
We'll
get volleyball towards the end of the season. I'm excited to see them play.
Covering all the bases this fall.
That's it, except baseball, as you make the bases reference.
Yeah. We'll wait till the spring. We'll get that one eventually.
So either way, under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, Norwood has one goal. The goal was off kind of a set piece that Shea Larkey was able to get the assist on. We couldn't quite see who scored the goal. They don't quite do the same handshake line afterwards, but we'll hopefully get that for you as this game carries on. Medway has proven to be game, though. They had an opportunity earlier on, and Ava O'Neill made a fantastic save to keep it 0-0 basically in the third minute of the contest.
Yeah, a couple good saves by both goaltenders already. Both O'Neills have made some pretty great plays. And Norwood, once again, on the offensive end, pushing the ball down the field. And it looks like we'll set up for another corner play here. So keep your eyes on what Norwood sets up.
It'll be Bridget Connolly to send it in. She's got a trio there at the top of that arc. Number 8 is Allie O'Neill. She's also got Shea Larkey and Bridget Sopel. The first time it came out to Larkey, the second time to Sopel. This time she'll go to her side, and Norwood will try a different approach. Larkey moves in and will dish out another assist. It's another goal for the Mustangs and another assist for Shea Larkey.
Another great play off of those corner sets. This time, instead of going up the middle, as you mentioned, Joe, they dump it to the side, short pass. They get it to Larkey in front of the net, and she makes another great play to set up.
I think it was Emily Spadorsha.
Yeah, this time.
We'll confirm that in a moment.
On the replay, there's Larkey, dangles it past
Look at the way she finds that one, and just off camera.
Side. Yeah, sends it to the far side post again. So we scored from the left side post and the right side post already.
So if I saw that 17 right, that would be Emily Spadorsha, and maybe it was Emily on the first one. Apologies if we missed that, but we'll get you those. But a nice job by Norwood. 2 assists from Larkey as she's able to find 2 players that were almost off of our field of view, and Norwood able to be in the right place at the right time to finish the job.
Yeah, and a great job by Norwood and by Larkey adjusting to that Medway defense. As we mentioned, she's been triple teamed, almost quadruple teamed every time she's touched the ball. It looks like they're going to use her more as a facilitator, a passer today, as she already has 2 assists on both goals.
And probably not too much of a surprise knowing that the other team is going to key in on her. Speaking of Shea, if you want to hear a little bit more about her, you can go back in the archives of NCM. Mark Hoover was able to catch up with Shea Larkey kind of just before school started on our NCM Sports Talk episode in August. So you can hear all about kind of her growing up in a very competitive and sports-heavy family, her forays in gymnastics and diving. It's incredible how she's able to switch sports. But there's a lot about Norwood star forward and Larkey that's available on the NCM Sports Talk. So here comes Medway, and number 4, who's been around it a whole lot, is Bella Cordes. Medway has Bella and Ava Cordes on their roster, so we'll do our best to keep those 2 differentiated. Here's Morgan Nauman, number 2. Nauman collected the lone assist for Norwood in their win over Medfield not long ago, and she's someone who is no stranger to playing that forward position. So nice to see Morgan, with some energy. Looks like we're winding down here in the final 12 seconds. Norwood hoping to get one last chance. They've got number 8, Allie O'Neill, with it. But it looks like this first quarter is going to come harmlessly to an end with a 2-0 Norwood lead.
Yeah, and just about as good of a first quarter as you could want here as a Norwood Mustang fan and a Norwood Mustang team. As you said, Joe, they jump out to a 2-0 lead. You get a great save off the jump from your senior goalkeeper in Ava O'Neill. And you run your offense through your other senior captain, Shay Larkey, 2 assists, 2 goals for Norwood.
So the teams will talk things over. Pretty good for Norwood so far, as you see them coming in and converging on Coach Allison Dolliner and the rest of the crew there. There's Coach Dolliner in the pink. Shout out to NCM. Look at that little banner we got going on there at the top of your screen with Norwood in pink. You got the little breast cancer ribbon. I tell you, our graphics crew there is stepping things up. And nice job by the folks in the van. We talked about Kiki and Meghan before. They've done a great job with that.
Yeah, they brought their A game here today. And speaking of the A game, as we mentioned, Joe, for the pink night, if you're looking around Murray Field, you'll notice teams are wearing pink. You can probably see some fans wearing pink. I think we have the football team waiting to practice. A bunch of them are wearing pink right in front of us. As we mentioned, that is because tonight is the field hockey team's annual pink night. Pink in October is synonymous with breast cancer awareness, and tonight is no different. Even the NCM team, as we mentioned, we got our own custom pink merch for tonight, courtesy of Day Street Sports. So shout out to Day Street Sports. Nice comfy pink lawn sleeve shirts for us today. Perfect for this game, perfect for the weather.
Absolutely. These are comfortable.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like your standard cotton almost, and we're happy to be repping them. There's some of the football team and some other Norwood High School. Looks like a group of seniors, some other students in there watching some afternoon field hockey. Field hockey's become quite an event at the school on the hill. Even before we had lights here, when the football team was getting their one game a year that they were playing under the lights, field hockey was doing the same. So Norwood has kind of established themselves as a field hockey school, and that's a pretty decent crowd for a 4 o'clock start.
Yeah, when you think about what they've been able to do the past few seasons here, they've kind of established themselves as the most dominant team, I would say, all year here at Norwood High School. So all the more reason to come out and watch and support. We're about halfway through the season, so they got about 3 or 4 weeks left in October before they hopefully go on another playoff run. So this is the time to get going, get out here, watch field hockey, get ready for the playoffs.
There's a number of dynasties going on right now at Norwood High School. A number of teams have been playing well. We can't talk about dynasty, though, without bringing up the band and the way the Norwood band delivers every year under Steve Conant. They do a wonderful job, and hopefully we'll see them for some football games soon. But either way, here we go, starting off our second quarter with a fresh 15 minutes. Medway showed some good offense early there in that first quarter, and immediately we hear a whistle as a player from Norwood. Thought it was Larkey for a second, but it's not her. We'll try to get the identity in a moment.
I think that was number 11, Allie Mannering.
That's right, yep.
Just laid out, trying to make a play.
Mannering now trying to work against a couple Medway girls there on the far side. And a nifty little toss from Medway, but I think that might have been a little too high, and that's the reason for that whistle.
Yeah, so it looks like you cannot do that. So the Norwood Mustangs will head back the other way, and they're in a pretty good spot here to make a play and make something happen here to start the second quarter.
If you're just joining us, both of Norwood's goals came off of set plays. The first one, Larkey was able to get an assist on, passing it to the left side, where one of her teammates opportunistically tapped it in, and then Larkey did it from the other side, connecting with, we think, Emily Spadorsha on that one. So good work from Norwood to get those 2 goals, and now they'll try to hold it exactly where it is.
Yeah, 2 impressive goals from Norwood, and as we said, Joe, 2 goals that kind of showed off just their team chemistry, how much they prepare, how much they practice. Larkey knew where exactly her teammates were going to be on both sides of the goal at both posts, and it led to 2 goals right away.
Absolutely. So here is number 8 for the Mustangs, Allie O'Neill. O'Neill, another freshman. Her and Emma Penza getting quite an extended look here in their freshman year, so I'm sure we'll be saying their names a number of times. The other freshman on the team is Maureen Larkey, number 23, so not a surprise to see another Larkey listed on the field hockey roster.
Yeah, so that's the great thing, too. If you're a fan of this team, if you've been paying attention, not only do they have great upperclassmen leadership, but they've got plenty of underclassmen depth, getting plenty of playing experience. They're ready to take over next year and 2 years when it's their turn to run the team.
And if it sounds like there's an earthquake here, I think that's also the youth team that is running back and forth on the bleachers. So no rest for them as well. Coach Dolliner is looking like she's having them. She's not actually doing it, but it looks like a couple of members of the youth program are running some sprints right in front of us.
Yeah, getting their cardio in, getting ready.
All right, so let's see what Norwood can do here. They haven't had a shot on goal here in the first couple minutes of the second quarter, although they are certainly in control of the game at the moment with a 2-0 lead. Allie O'Neill getting an extended look, as we mentioned. We'll collect it, and we'll roll it back for number 19, Shay Larkey. Ava Hines cutting to the middle of the field. Nice job by her. Ava tries to find an opening and sends a bouncing ball in front of the net. That could have been trouble, but Medway steers it away. Here's Hines again with a slap shot that goes wide. Oh, Nauman tried to connect and redirect it, but just missed.
Yeah, great effort there from number 9, Ava Hines. Larkey made a good pass to her, and Ava Hines did a great job stick handling, getting the ball onto her stick and trying to make something happen in front of the net. A couple tips there from the Mustangs. Dangerous spot, and we'll see if they can do it again.
And that was a dangerous play as well, as Spadorsha was almost able to get a turnover right in front of the goal. And this one is dangerous. Ooh, did it go through? It almost did, but the referees call a whistle, and Medway will have control, as Spadorsha again was right on the doorstep trying to score.
Yeah, Norwood once again almost connected on that far side post. It seems like that's kind of their area of focus today, is attack one way and throw it on the opposite side on the far post.
It does seem to be working so far, and who else but Coach Dolliner and Coach Nodebart leading this team. But I was looking, Joey, at the Norwood roster. Look at the assistant coaches they have, and if you're a fan of Norwood sports, you're going to recognize names like Sammy Hayes, Maddie O'Rourke, Rose Campbell, Allie McDonough. Great players here at the school on the hill, and now they're sharing their expertise with the next generation, if you will.
Yeah, not too shocking if you know Norwood, not too shocking to see those Norwood names come back around full circle and help out and contribute to the school, contribute to the sporting teams. As it looks like the football team might already be getting a little warning from the ref here.
The referee did not seem none too happy about that one, as he may have been talking to them about the way they were cheering. Obviously, the MIAA has their standards in terms of that, so we hope the football team will rein things in a positive manner. This one will send Penza all the way back. Number 10 does a nice job to dump it around number 8, Ella Taylor. Taylor slides it over to the middle where Bridget Sopel is, goes off a couple of players, and it finds its way to number 18, Morgan Dimincio. Here's Medway again. They haven't had many offensive chances, but when they've been there, they've done a nice job. Now Ava Hines. Still Ava Hines across the middle of the field. Wow, she is watched the whole way by Brianna Fraughton, but ultimately she's able to usher it in. And it looks like a whistle will go against Spadorsha, and she'll turn it over to Medway.
Yeah, and another amazing effort there from number 9, Ava Hines. Just completely flips the field, was able to just take it coast to coast. And before that, too, great composure from the freshman, number 10, Emma Penza, as Norwood dumped the ball back, went way further back into their own field than they intended. And it's not like soccer, Joe, where when that happens, you can just kind of kick it back to the goalie.
Right.
They just boot it downfield. You got to go chase that thing down yourself and get it back upfield yourself. So great job there from the Mustangs to flip the field.
Yeah, almost not trying to do too much and doing the right thing, having a good head on your shoulders defensively. There's a bit of a saucer pass coming on up as Medway was looking to connect with number 16, Sydney Coyle. This is a pretty young Medway team, Joey. They've got 3 seniors on their roster, and those are their 3 captains, Ella Taylor, Olivia Melanson, number 21, and Shay O'Neill, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, looking at their roster sheet.
Oh, here's Medway. Wait a second as they come moving in. Another chance for the Mustangs, but Norwood is there defensively the whole way. Now still trying to bother number 21, Melanson, who throws her hands up. Medway has been no stranger for finding the area near the goal, but they have been unable to convert so far as Stonewall Ava O'Neill has kept them off the board thus far.
And this time it looks like the Medway Mustangs will be able to set up for one of these corner set pieces here. So if you're down 2-0, this is a big spot to try to throw one on net, make something happen, get back in the game. But yeah, Joe, as you mentioned, I got caught looking down there. Looking at that Medway roster, almost half the roster has a 9 next to it, indicating they're freshmen.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive where they are in those power standings with such a young team.
Well, let's see what Medway is able to do here. They send it in right to the top. Cordes plays it on over. Spadorsha is watching the whole way. There's a drive and a big save by O'Neill, and the whistle will save Norwood for the moment. They throw those masks off right behind the goal. Obviously, this field hockey ball is not one you want to take a hard shot on, especially if it's up high in the air. So the Mustangs now will try to flip the field, and they'll get it up for Morgan Nauman. She's got some good wheels. Comes back now for number 6. That's Katie Malley today. Malley on our scorecard was originally number 7, but she's wearing 6 in the pink jerseys today. Shout out to her sister Allison Malley and to Haley Forbush, who are actually helping us using the binoculars, helping us identify who's wearing some different numbers today. But either way, here's Medway again. Oh, another chance for them on the backhand, but Norwood is there defensively the whole way, and the shot eventually goes wide. It was Sierra Maloney, a sophomore, who was right in there for Medway, as they have had chance after chance. They've looked good, Joey, for a team that has 0 goals so far.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll get another chance right here, right at the top of the Norwood side of the field at about the 25-yard line. So here we go, another chance for the Medway Mustangs.
So Cordes, who can kind of do it all on both sides of the field, will start it off, takes a very low shot. That could have been a little dangerous as it rode up high on a couple of the players. I think Bridget Connolly was in there defensively for Norwood, as was Shay Larkey. So now the Mustangs will try to flip the field again. They'll try to send it over to the sideline. Nifty work here from Katie Malley, not only keep it in bounds, but also to kind of pass it up along that line. You can tell she's been working on her fundamentals. She did a great job there.
Yeah, very impressive stick handling from both teams when you have to kind of go to that backhand. I don't know what you would call that, Joe, but when you have to twist your stick and handle it on the backhand, both teams have had impressive first touches on that. I don't even know how that works.
Here is Emily Spadorsha there, deep for Norwood. Oh, she almost found Morgan Nauman in front. And the Mustangs, or the Medway Mustangs, were able to ultimately get it away. Comes out now for Melanson, number 21 here on the far side. She's watched by number 13, Evan O'Neill. Into the middle of the field now, and another turnover, and another opportunity for Norwood to really get some energy going, but the pass is just a little bit too far for Katie Malley, number 6.
Yeah, dangerous spot there for the Medway Mustangs. Turnover right in the middle of the field, but the Norwood Mustangs could not quite capitalize on that pass. So we'll see Medway here with 6 minutes left in this half try to send one the other way.
And instead it comes out to the Norwood Mustangs. Bridget Connolly was there, number 18. Here's number 5, Emma Davis for Medway. A little bit of a tangle there on the far side. Apologies that it's a little bit harder to get those numbers from our vantage point. Although I tell you, Joey, we're quite lucky with the roof over our head and a little bit of climate control up here as well. It's a wonderful facility here at Murray Field.
Yeah, last time we were up here for the boys soccer game, we were very lucky to have the roof over our head. It was pouring that day. So always thankful for the booth up here. Protect us from all of nature's little wrinkles.
For sure. That could have been a big chance for Medway, as I think was that Sopel who was going back for it and just whiffed on the ball. Pretty rare that you see that. But ultimately, Norwood is able to keep it out of Medway's reach. Here's Katie Malley. Nice job stick handling right along the sideline from her once again. She's shown quite a prowess in that spot as she does battle here with Bella Cordes. Nice work from Katie, who wins it. And now it comes to Shay Larkey. Larkey trying to get around that same defender, and Bella is called once again for a whistle.
Yeah, and I think that is one of my favorite parts of this sport too there, Joe. When you get those kind of foul calls, you see Larkey try to do it every time. You can start as fast as you want.
Right.
Just pick up the ball and go. You don't have to wait for the ref to come over and set it up. You put that thing down, you can pass it, you can take it yourself, and it looks like Larkey's always trying to capitalize on that.
Reminds me of like those NASCAR drivers coming off a caution flag. Quicker you can kind of restart everything, the better off you are. And it seems like Shay Larkey is, we know she's talented in so many ways, but she's one of the best at that as well. So let's see what the Mustangs decide to do here. It will be Larkey again. She is watched once again by Bella Cordes, so Bella has quite the task, almost sticking on Shay for a lot of this game. Shay will play it off to the middle. Ooh, she found a streaking Ava Hines for a moment, but instead it comes out for Sierra Maloney. Maloney has had a couple chances for Medway thus far. Ella Taylor flanks her. Now Maloney trying to get around a couple of Norwood Mustangs. Nice work again from Katie Malley. And who did it go off of? Looks like it went off of Maloney. It'll stay with Malley and Norwood.
Yeah, number 6, as you said, formerly number 7 for us, Katie Malley, is just commanding this right side of the field right in front of us. It seems like she's kind of connecting everything from defense to offense, and she's shutting down the Medway Mustangs.
Rare, dangerous pass there from Shay Larkey in the middle of the field, but a nice job by Bridget Connolly to clean up. Now Kitty Malley will chase, Ava Cordes back. And Malley gets a turnover here. Number 6 working against number 6. But I think Katie might have hit it with the wrong side of her stick. No, instead it'll be Norwood coming in for an opportunity.
Yep, so another set piece here for Norwood. We've seen them score multiple times this season off of these set pieces. So with 3 minutes left here, this could be a big swing in favor of the Norwood Mustangs if they can make something happen.
So it'll be Bridget Connolly to send things in again. Norwood is still going with that same look. The last time they did this, Norwood passed it off to Connolly's right. Now she goes back out for Bridget Sopel. Sopel does not try the drive this time. Instead for Morgan Nauman. Oh, and it was a good look as Nauman kept it low, but she just goes wide of the net.
Yeah, good bid there for Norwood. And again, it looks like a play design that they have practiced multiple times. They get it up the middle. They get it to Nauman here on the right side. You can see on the replay. Pretty good look, can't quite connect, but great offense there from the Norwood Mustangs.
So Norwood's got 2 goals off of similar plays. They've kind of given a different look every time. And this is another turnover that will go Norwood's way, much to the delight of the football team that you saw right in front of the play.
Yeah, it looks like they're learning the rules a little bit. They seem like they knew that was not legal for the Medway Mustangs to do.
And they knew that one was illegal as well, as Ella Taylor came in pretty quick on number 10, Emma Penza.
And a great job, again, we always try to give shout-outs to the sideline workers, the ball boys, the ball girls. Ball girls today are doing a great job hustling up and down the sidelines.
Nifty little back pass there from Spadorsha, who gets it back and takes a quick shot. Oh, Nauman is right there trying to drive it home, but somehow Medway gets it out, and they'll use a little outlet pass for Emma Davis to kind of clear, at least for a moment.
And here comes Norwood reversing field again.
Look at that stick work once again in the middle of the field from Ava Hines. Comes back out for Penza. Penza will keep it along the sidelines where Katie Malley has been so good today. And Malley's still with it. Nobody's on her. Medway calling fire at least for a moment. And it looks like Malley was trying to dump it over number 14. That's Fontaine there. And Medway trying to work the sidelines. Norwood with Malley is there as well as Larkey. But eventually they turn it over and it comes to Bella Cordes. 1:05 to go here. 1:02, excuse me. We skipped a couple seconds. And Norwood trying to get another goal here before the half. Here's the freshman Brianna Fontaine. Plays it on up for Medway. She's able to connect with number 6, Ava Cordes. Nifty little step there from Ava Hines, who's able to dispossess her.
Yeah, great move there from Hines, number 9. Just does a great job showing patience on the defensive end and then attacks, forces a turnover. And Norwood will have the ball going the other way with 30 seconds left here. So this could be a big final possession.
Yeah, don't turn away too quickly as Larkey makes a beautiful pass into the middle of the field. Here comes Spadorsha with speed as she tries to get around Fontaine. Fontaine still controlling it, but Emily is there the whole time. Back out now for Morgan Nauman. Nauman trying to turn the corner. She does. Looking in front of the net, but it's knocked away from her. Nice play by number 10, Haley Gales, a junior defender for Medway. So with 8 seconds to go, Norwood will have to hurry to get this on net. They do. There's a drive and a second chance, and a save is made by O'Neill, and time runs out. Wow. Oh, Medway avoids a catastrophe there at the end of the first half.
Great ending to the half.
Wow.
Amazing. It looks like actually we might not be done yet.
No. I think maybe the whistle at the very end will give Norwood one last opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work with the clock, but Norwood's going to have an opportunity here off of another set piece to try to make something happen here right before half. We don't know how many seconds are left technically. I'm not sure.
They'll have to do this real quickly. It comes out to who else but Larkey. Larkey makes one move inside, now takes the shot on net. It's a bouncing ball and an opportunity for Medway. And finally the play is whistled dead. Medway throws off their masks, and that will indicate the end of the first half.
Yeah, so kind of like football and soccer there, an untimed down or some extra time there right at the end of the half. Crazy opportunity for the Norwood Mustangs. They almost put one in net to make it 3-0. But nonetheless, we will be entering halftime, a 2-0 game.
Wow, talk about a great game so far. You might be looking at this saying 2-0. Norwood is just kind of getting warmed up. But Medway had their opportunities here. They had two shots, at least that I can remember right off the top of my head, that almost went through. Ava O'Neill, we haven't called her name a lot, but she has played a wonderful game in goal. And Norwood getting those 2 goals. we think one at least from Spadorcia. We know Larkey got 2 of the assists. We'll try to get those identities for the second half.
Yeah, great offense, great defense, and great goaltending for the Norwood Mustangs. That's always a good recipe for success. We'll see what adjustments the Medway Mustangs make at halftime, and we'll see you on the other side of a 2-0 game.
See you soon, folks. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Murray Field as we get ready to start our second half of action. You saw Brian Gagliard a moment ago is helping us out with some cameras, some kind of coordinating here in the booth, and Brian even helping us out with some of the field hockey rules here in between the two halves. But Joey, it's been a great, exciting game so far. The scoreboard shows 2-0, but Medway has been quite game in the Battle of the Mustangs.
Yeah, back and forth, especially in that first quarter, Joe. Medway had quite a few opportunities. Ava O'Neill made 2 or 3 pretty big saves for the Mustangs so far. But Norwood on the other end, on the offensive side, capitalizing off of a couple of Shea Larkey assists, 2 assists, or Brian Gagliard thinks the second one was a goal. It was tough for us to see. Either way, she's created 2 great opportunities for the Mustangs, and that's why they're ahead 2-0.
Absolutely. Word from Brian is that Bridget Connolly was the scorer on the first goal, so we couldn't quite get who that was near the far post. That makes sense, as Bridget has been kind of operating that first pass in. And the second one, it might have just missed Spadorcia's stick, or maybe she tapped it already when it had gone in, and that Larkey would get credit for the goal. But either way, Norwood will take the 2 goals. We will use the moment before we start this half to tell you about the Halloween hunt on Sports Update. Throughout October, make sure you watch Ron Marshalsea's Sports Update on Norwood News to get clues for the Halloween hunt put on by the Morrill Memorial Library. Each week we'll have something different and spooky happening during the broadcast. Head to the Morrill Memorial Library's website and go to the Events tab to get started.
Awesome. So as we start October, that's a good way to start it. We're entering Halloween season.
Oh, for sure.
And speaking of October, as we mentioned, if you're just tuning in, you'll see a lot of pink right now. That is for breast cancer awareness. It is the month of October. You'll see a lot of pink everywhere. But we've said quite a few times, this has become a nice tradition for the field hockey team. And we've had the opportunity to call this game a few years in a row together now, I think, right? So a good tradition.
Apparently we know enough about field hockey to be asked back.
Shout out
even
to
though obviously Nora
Yeah.
and Kathy are the legends in this spot.
Yeah, they've taught us quite a lot.
But I tell you, just about every sport, too. I got to call a basketball game with Kathy last year on the road at Medfield, and she is just a whole bunch of information about just about everything. Sees it from a coach's perspective, from a referee's perspective. I tell you, she's someone who knows these games inside and out. And it is no surprise the field in front of the school is named for her. She is quite a legend. So either way, we are within the first 30 seconds here. Norwood had a pretty good start to the game as they got both of their goals both in the first quarter of action, the one from Bridget Connolly and the second one from Shea Larkey. And now they'll look to add to that total against a Medway team who has been quite strong so far and has had a couple opportunities of their own. Let's see if they're able to turn this one into a big chance. Nice play defensively from number 8 for the Mustangs. That's Allie O'Neill. As the teams have switched sides, and now we'll get to call some of the names of some of the girls who are on this side of the field. So perhaps we'll hear Allie Mannering's name, Evan O'Neill's name a little bit more often. It's hard to see them there in those shadows on the far side.
Yeah, it should be easier for us to call it the entire defense, honestly, on this side, too. They've played a great game. It's just kind of been tough to tell who is who. Yep. But vice versa on the other end, it might be a little more difficult for us to comment on the offensive side. Staring right into the sun on the left side of the field. So apologies if we miss any goal scorers the other way.
We will do our best. And we've gotten a couple of number changes that were in there. I think Mackenzie Connolly we saw a bit in here, a sophomore. She's wearing number 4 instead of 14 tonight. Katie Malley is number 6 instead of number 7 tonight. And Maddie Sopel, who I don't think we've seen out there yet, but she's wearing number 24 instead of number 22. So little bit of a shift due to the different pink jerseys the team is wearing tonight, but wonderful to see them supporting the breast cancer research. So 13 minutes officially to go here. Joey, we were talking with Brian Gagliard there in the break about how 15 minutes, and most of these girls don't get subs in the middle of it. They're moving the whole time. It is quite a lot of play time, and it is fast-paced here.
Yeah, usually the high school sports, you see the time, the clock is kind of bumped down a little bit from the pro or college standard. I'm not sure of the exact time of college field hockey, professional field hockey, Olympic field hockey. But as we mentioned, when you watch soccer, when you've seen us do soccer, basketball, soccer's 40-minute halves instead of 45. Basketball's 8-minute quarters. Seems like field hockey, they're just letting them rip.
Absolutely. So not only do you have to be really talented with kind of a weird shaped stick there if you're not used to it, but also the fact that you've got to have some excellent cardio, and this Norwood team has demonstrated that. Especially as you see, we talk about Shea Larkey all the time and her accomplishments. She's coming back from ACL surgery. Here's a chance here for Medway. That was a little bit dangerous in front. But just for Shea to even get back on the field and then to play at the level she has been is just incredible. Here's a pretty big chance for Norwood. Emily Spadorcia leads a bit of a 2-on-1. Oh, it's her and Allie Mannering. Actually, a 2-on-2 as a player emerged from the shadows, and ultimately Medway is able to thwart that chance.
Wow, great opportunity for the Mustangs. It was tough to see, but they actually got like a backhanded shot right on net. A good save.
And there's another shot from Larkey, and it'll go in.
Oh, it looks
like... no, a penalty is going to go against Norwood. I think it was Spadorcia who would have ultimately gotten the goal. She was right in front of the net. Let's check it out on the replay here.
It looked like the ref was signaling that it hit someone's thigh or knee, so it looks like it's not going to count for the Norwood Mustangs. Medway Mustangs catch a little break here, and you'll see it on the replay.
We just saw a moment ago, but unfortunately, Norwood's not able to get that chance. But another really good look as Larkey took a rip, and it was Spadorcia who was going to try to clean things up and almost was able to connect on that one.
Regardless, great offense there from the Norwood Mustangs. Unfortunate that it won't count, but a good sign for the second half if they're getting it going already.
Tell you, one Medway goal could be the difference, but one Norwood goal could really be some great insurance.
And it could be right here.
Larkey looking for it. Oh, the bouncing ball is a chance. Did it go in? Yes.
And it is right here.
Hey, we'll say no.
Oh, no, we're going to have a
All right, apologies that we got the signals mixed up there for a moment. It was Allie Mannering, I believe, who was right in the goal there. The referee pointed to goal for a second. I think the hockey announcer and me thought it was a goal. But instead it'll come for Bridget Connolly as she'll send this one right into the middle of this sunny field. Here it is. Comes out for Morgan Nauman. Eventually for Allie O'Neill. And Medway is able to get their sticks on this one pretty early and divert that chance. So 9:57 to go. Norwood has had the better chances so far in the second half. And it looks like a whistle is going to go against Allie Mannering. Nice work from Brianna Fonten on that one. And here is number 5 for Medway, Emma Davis. Tried to find Melanson, number 21. And she'll just continue to work her way slowly up the field. Right in front of the camera of our own Ron Marshalsea. And there's a turnover. Comes out to Spadorcia. Kicks it over for Shea Larkey. And another whistle, Joe. If you're new to field hockey, get used to whistles. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, quite a few in a row there. Just backtracking a couple minutes there. Another great opportunity for Norwood. And another encouraging sign. You're up 2-0. They've come out hungry. They've come out playing fast. And they've already had 2 goal-scoring opportunities.
And one goal that we thought even went in.
Yeah.
The way that things happened. So apologies that we got a little overly excited on that one. Thought Spadorcia had connected with Larkey, actually the other way around, on that goal. But either way, as the teams battle with the shadows here, and we do the same, Norwood is looking for that third insurance goal. Now they have another chance here. Nauman in front had another decent opportunity. And Medway will once again divert the chance and direct the offense back the other way with 8:40 to go now.
Yep, so again, good offense from the Norwood Mustangs. Great
and another quick
from
turnover.
The Medway Mustangs. Yep, and here comes Norwood the other way again.
Ava Hines tries this one low, and instead it goes out, and another good chance for Norwood, and again, another chance diverted for Medway, at least for the moment, as the Mustangs will call on their team and call on Bridget Connolly to send this one in.
Yep, so another set-piece opportunity here for Norwood. We'll see what they opt to do, whether it's up the middle or pass to the side. Here we go.
Connolly has Ava Hines wearing number 9 just to her right side. We see number 11, Allie Mannering, kind of there in the middle of the field, and a trio of players at the top. It's Larkey who takes the drive. It's blocked out in front. Nice play by Medway, and it comes out for Sopel. Sopel tried to put another shot on goal, and almost getting the rebound was Morgan Nauman. But instead, Medway is able to turn another chance aside.
Yeah, another powerful slap shot there from Norwood, this time from Larkey. And I don't know if that hit the goaltender. I don't know who that hit, but it came out.
It was a loud sound.
It came out just as fast as it went in. So Great defense there from Medway. Again, just standing strong on that back line. Still a 2-0 game somehow.
And it looks like Norwood will usher in their offense with Ava Hines this time, wearing number 9. On the far side of the field, tough to get the identities for the moment. That might be Morgan Nauman moving in there. No, excuse me, that was number 4. That is Mackenzie Conley. We hear another whistle, and it looks like things will be going the other way.
Yep, so Medway, again, looking to just get the ball out of their zone, and Norwood immediately forces a turnover.
Wow, you can't look down for too long. A little bit of a backhand shot. Ooh, it found number 16 for a moment. Now the follow-through opportunity goes in, and it was Larkey that took the drive. I think she will get the goal. No, maybe not. As if Brian Gagliard's words of wisdom to us that whoever collects the ball out of the back of the goal will get credit. We'll watch the replay and see. But in the meantime, placing it down at the center of the field for Norwood was number 17, Spidorsha.
Yeah,
Emily was right in there, her and Mannering.
Watching those last few possessions, Norwood was just due to put one in the net and have it actually count, Joe. Anytime Medway touched the ball on their own side of the field, Norwood was just forcing a turnover. That time, Larkey gets 2 or 3 opportunities, and you had to know something was going to happen. Ball ends up in the net. Norwood's up 3-0.
And now Norwood with a little extra life there. Look at that energy on the near side from Evan O'Neill and from Bridget Connolly, number 18. Medway trying to throw a pass into the middle of the field for Ella Taylor, but Norwood gets it away, and now Larkey gets around number 14, Fonten. Long pass from Larkey. She connects here. It's Allie Mannering, number 11, and she is turned around. Great defensive play from Medway. Looks like, Joey, was that number 16 on the play, Sydney Coyle?
I believe so, and here comes Medway the other way.
And number 20 for them is Maloney. Tries to throw it in front for Melanson. Ooh, dangerous play. Melanson still with it. Takes the shot on net. O'Neill kicks it out. And Norwood trying desperately to get it away. Maloney still with it, but we hear a whistle. And this, Joey, is as good a chance as Medway has had as we close in on 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of the first time Medway's even had the ball down on this side of the field since the first 10 seconds of the half. A great kick save there from O'Neill, which he's going to have to get ready once again as Medway will have a set piece here trying to make this a 3-1 game.
They haven't had too many opportunities here, but it'll be Sierra Maloney, a sophomore, that'll play the Bridget Connolly role for them sending this in. They've got a trio there, actually looks like a quintet there at the top of that circle. I see number 4, Bella Cordes, number 21, Olivia Melanson, and number 8, Taylor. Comes out to Melanson, who plays it to Cordes. She fakes the shot, and now Medway takes a low drive that just goes wide. I think Coyle had an opportunity to tip it in, but either way it goes out of bounds, and Norwood avoids putting Medway on the board.
I'm telling you, these set pieces in field hockey, they set up some great opportunities. That's another play, another sequence where you can tell Medway's practiced that quite a few times. They get it to the top of the key. They pass it to the left. They fake the one-timer, almost like a play action.
That was neat.
And set up a second shot behind it. A dangerous spot there against the Norwood Mustangs. And here comes Medway again.
Cordes with it. That's Bella Cordes wearing number 4. She's pestered the whole way by Ava Hines, who's playing some great defense right now into the shadows. And it looks like Ava did a great job. Ultimately, she gets the turnover off of Cordes. Now Ava drives it in, but Medway immediately returns the favor. And now Ava again, she'll be tasked with doing a little bit of a run here. We've seen her do that before. Plays it to the far sidelines. That is Mackenzie Connolly wearing number 4. Trying to turn a little bit of a corner. Tough to do when you're using the opposite side of that field hockey stick. But Mackenzie at least had it for a moment right in front of her coach there.
Yeah, that is incredibly impressive. I tried to give it a shout-out earlier today, too. But the hand-eye coordination you need to have to use that backhand of the stick. And here comes Norwood again.
Oh,
right in
wait
front
a
of the
minute,
net.
wait a minute. Chance in front of the goal as a couple of players for Norwood were closing in. Larkey was there. Spidorsha was there. I think Mannering was closing in on the other side. And now Medway, whose defense has certainly been worked hard here, will be tasked with keeping Norwood off the scoreboard once again. 3:30 to go here as Hines lift this one in behind the trees there. I think, is that number 3 that has entered the game? Bridget Kidd?
That was Bridget Kidd down the far side of the field.
So Bridget, a junior, getting a little bit of action now with the third quarter starting to wind down. Norwood has 3 goals today. We have learned that the first one, courtesy, at least from our perspective, was from Bridget Connolly. Shay Larkey, I believe, will get credit with the second. And we're at least temporarily giving Emily Spadorsha credit with the third off of a hard shot from Larkey. Either way, I'm pretty confident that Larkey has 3 points, at least a goal and 2 assists. But Norwood has been spreading the wealth offensively, and it's worked out quite well against a game Medway team that is ranked number 10 in D3.
Yeah, so all 3 goals coming off of assists or goals from your seniors. That's exactly what you're looking for this field hockey team. Your upperclassmen, your senior leaders taking control of this game. And they're looking to close this quarter. They're looking to close this game out strong. They are not taking their foot off the gas, Joe.
For sure, and this could be an opportunity for them, as Conley now will lead the rush here. Medway's dropped a couple defenders back, though, kind of staying at home. Number 23 is in there for Norwood. That's Maureen Larkey who's getting a chance. So nice to see Coach Dolliner maybe mixing a little things up here with the 3-0 advantage.
Yeah, as we mentioned, 15-minute quarters, 4 quarters. You got an hour of play, 60 minutes. So
and it goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I would imagine both teams try to make a few subs as we go on. Otherwise, your conditioning just needs to be peak to get through one of these games.
Speaking of peak conditioning, Emma Penza, the freshman, has been in there the whole time. So she has certainly been doing a great job with her conditioning. We mentioned Bridget Kidd a moment ago is now in the game, and there's a pass into the middle of the field that's taken away by Olivia Melanson. Melanson, one of only 3 seniors on this Medway team, along with her fellow captains Shay O'Neill and Ella Taylor. And there's a turnover. Nice job by Evan O'Neill for Norwood. Looking to find Maureen Larkey as she gets tangled up a bit with number 16. That was Sydney Coyle on that play. A little bit of a low pass now from Bridget Conley, looking to connect with Maureen Larkey. Tell you, Coach Dolliner has made it tough for us as now we have to differentiate between the Larkies.
Yeah, but speaking of peak conditioning, as Medway came back down the field, that was number 18, Bridget Conley, came flying all the way back. She sprinted about 90 yards there and immediately gets the ball and tries to send it down the other way.
Bridget Conley seems to be one of those players who's just in the right place at the right time, does what you need her to do. Tell you, from calling a number of her games in a bunch of different sports, she seems to be like an unsung hero out there on the field.
Yeah, I know in basketball we usually call those like connectors. Like,
yeah.
If you watch the Celtics, right, Drew Holiday, Derek White, they're like connecting pieces. They kind of bridge the gap between your superstars, your bench players, your role players. It seems like this Norwood midfield has quite a few of those connecting pieces. With Conley, we've seen Hines quite a few times. We've seen Katie Malley. They've done a great job connecting the defense and the offense. And
certainly that comes through in terms of scoring for them as well. It was Conley who, if things hold right now, would have the game-winning goal. But 10 seconds remain here in the third quarter. There's still a whole other quarter to play, so Norwood is not out of the woods just yet. 1 second left, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So 3 quarters of play, 3 goals for Norwood. The number 2 team in Division 2 is looking quite good in their quest to go to double-digit wins thus far.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, too, coming off of one of their first losses of the season last week against Walpole, this is how you want to see a strong Norwood team bounce back. They're taking care of business today. I would imagine this fourth quarter they're going to try to come out even stronger than they did in the third quarter, try to extend this lead beyond 3-0.
So you see some shots of the fans here. The fans starting to fill in a little bit. Hard to get to a 4 o'clock game here at the school on the hill, but it's nice to see some good support from the football team and obviously from the Norwood faithful decked out in pink today. There's the football team as they are getting a little bit of a look here and certainly excited to watch some field hockey. Getting into this game for sure. They have come ready with their pink shirts, haven't they?
Yeah, they came prepared. Maybe a little too prepared. They did get spoken to once or twice. But it looks like they've turned the corner here in the second half. Some good clapping. Look at that, right in front of the camera, too. Totally candid.
I think we got a number of different athletes in there.
They didn't
so
even
not
know
just
the
simply
camera.
Football going.
They didn't even know it was there. Look at that.
All right, well, they're keeping that clapping going. Ron Marshalsea is operating our camera right down there on the field. I tell you, Ron's somebody else who does it all. There he is, Norwood alum. I had Ron in class a number of years ago. Great student as well, and nice to see him doing a nice job here back in his hometown.
Yeah, key member of NCM. And speaking of NCM, the 20th anniversary of Norwood Community Media, the rebroadcast of NCM's live shoot on the Common celebrating 20 years is now airing and available on demand. Since 2004, NCM, formerly NPA TV, has been recording as much of Norwood as possible. Watch board members interview staff producers, testimonials featuring some of NCM's friends, look into the NCM broadcast truck, and so much more. So make sure to check that out when you have a few minutes.
Absolutely. I tell you, this station is all over town. They do a great job. Always nice to see the way that the folks here at NCM get so excited for things. Jack Tolman yesterday bringing us up the shirts to our classroom. He is always fired up, especially for a live event like this. And nice to see how NCM always brings back so many alumni. Obviously, Kiki Thaxter in the truck today. We saw Ron there on the field a moment ago. And some current students helping us out with the camera work on top today. Let's see if Norwood can get a fourth goal here. That's a big opportunity, and it's kicked away from Shea O'Neill. Tell you, this Mustang team comes out fighting from these breaks, don't they?
Great save there from O'Neill. Came out strong with the kick save. And that back line for Medway holding strong in front of O'Neill. And it looks like we will have another set-piece opportunity here for the Mustangs as they line up around that arc.
So it'll be Bridget Connolly once again, as Joey has called her the connector. I guess on this team. We'll see if that's a nickname that sticks or not.
Probably not.
I'm sure
Probably
she's got
not.
one down there on the field.
I'm sure there's better ones down there.
Same look for Norwood with Hines just off to her right. She'll send this one out to the top. She finds Bridget Sopel, who slings it over to her right side. The Mustangs look to put it on goal, but Medway will steer it away. Just starting the fourth quarter of action, if you're just joining us. Medway's had their chances, but Ava O'Neill has been fantastic in goal for the Mustangs, and Norwood has gotten goals, we believe, from Bridget Connolly, Shay Larkey, and Emily Spadorsha to put them in the driver's seat here, looking to go to 10-1-0.
Yeah, those are upperclassmen, both on offense and defense, and in that midfield, have just been dominating all day for the Norwood Mustangs here.
Oh, Spadorsha was looking to connect there with Connolly, and I thought she was going to for a moment. Here's some work from Shay Larkey, trying to get around number 6 for Medway, and this one will tick just out of bounds beyond the reach of number 7, Ainsley Callahan, another freshman who's in there for Medway.
Yeah, so Medway will take over possession here, trying to head the other way with 13 minutes left, down 3. I would imagine they're going to try to pick up their speed, pick up their urgency. They're going to make something happen here if they're going to cut down on this 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, we saw Norwood turning things over to a couple of their reserves there to kind of close out that third quarter. So if you're just joining us from Norwood, maybe a chance to see some different players out there here if things keep up. And if Medway pushes the pace, maybe a chance for some other players to get on the scoring tally as well. Either way, Medway will start this off with a sky-high pass that is handled very nicely by Ava Cordes. Gets it over for, I presume, her sister Bella. And Morgan Nauman takes it right away from Bella. Here is Nauman once again trying to get past a couple of players. She connects here in front. Oh, there's a low shot on goal from Allie Mannering. And a really nice job there from Shay O'Neill, the keeper for Medway. Mannering now trying to get around a couple other players. She was flanked by Conley, and we hear another whistle.
Yeah, great passing there from that kind of front field here, those forwards for the Mustangs. Spadorsha, Conley got in on that as well, and we'll see another set piece here for Norwood with about 11.5 minutes left here.
And the teams for Norwood, or at least the fans in the stand, starting to get a little bit louder here as they can taste it. I tell you, Conley looks ready to go. She's already got one goal here in this contest as Medway's got a number of players right in the net there. She comes to Hines this time. Hard shot from Hines as Bella Cordes had to kind of duck there for a moment as the shot was coming right for her head. Quite a drive from Hines. Norwood's got a couple players on that back line who can really fire it.
Yeah, they've had a few powerful slap shots today. I think from Sopel. We just saw one there from Hines. Larky's ripped a few as well. I would imagine it's a dangerous weapon to have. You just throw one in front of the net and try to make something happen.
There is Sopel, speaking of, who plays it over to Emma Penza, number 10. Norwood's back line at the moment consisting of Sopel, Penza, Ava Hines, and Evan O'Neill. So that group, although they might be a little bit unheralded, and we don't say their names quite as much, they have done a wonderful job keeping things out of trouble for Ava O'Neill, who has been fantastic in net. So now we're Norwood crossing the middle of the field here, looking to add to their lead. Bridget Conley plays this one on up for number 11, Allie Mannering. Mannering with a bit of a low shot. Almost found the stick of Spadorsha for a moment. Comes back out. And the Mustangs will have to settle for keeping it out of bounds, and now Medway will get their opportunity. Medway is coached by Brenda Talamini. She is in her second season. And Norwood, obviously, coached by Allison Dolliner. Allison has become a staple here at the school on the hill, assisted by Caitlin Nodebard. So 2 teachers in there for the Mustangs, as the Mustangs also had another great chance there.
Yeah, it looked like Medway opted for another one of those high passes off of the set piece, off the foul. Larkey immediately scooped it up, almost made something happen in front of Medway net. But Medway is going to look to go the other way here. As the sun dips behind the clouds, it's a little easier to see.
Yeah, it gave us a brief reprieve and maybe a chance to see this play here from Morgan Nauman. Nauman coming up that far side as she's watched by Fronton the whole way. But ultimately, Medway steers it out of harm's way with 9:36 to go.
Yeah, Nauman's just kind of been commanding that far side of the field the past few minutes. She's very cool, calm, and collected out there. Never out of control, just kind of gliding up and down the field. Seems to always make the right play.
That's a good word. She does seem to glide.
Yeah.
And has some good acceleration when she steps on it, kind of turning a corner, much in the same way we see Larkey kind of doing those patented moves from a dead stop.
And here we go with one right now from Larkey right in front of the Medway net.
She tried to split Medway, and I got to believe you can't do that. Number 16, Sydney Coyle, was there, as was number 6, Ava Cortis. And that whistle will most certainly go against Medway, or I thought so, Joey?
No, it looks like it would be a corner set piece.
Now, I always hesitate when I'm making calls like that because obviously I'm not a field hockey pro. But either way, Norwood will benefit from it. And now we'll see what they decide to do here.
Yeah,
very similar look.
Wasn't too sure if you'd get the set piece just right in front of the arc on that. But here we go from the corner. Straight out to Larkey in front of the net. Passes it to the right.
It's Sopel who'll take the low shot, and that is steered away in front. Nice job by Medway, as Sopel has a very dangerous shot, especially when she keeps it low like she was trying to there.
Yeah. As
she talks it over with Larkey.
Good offense again from Norwood there, and it looks like they're going to have another opportunity
here
off of another set piece, so we'll see which play they decide to run.
Well, they've gone in a lot of different directions so far. This time it comes to Sopel immediately. Another low shot from Bridget, another Norwood player diving forward in front, and another whistle. What else is new?
And this time it looks like the ball will go the other way for the Medway Mustangs. But a good bid there from the goaltender, Shea O'Neill. She came way out of the net that time. She was on almost the 10-yard line, just trying to stand her ground, make something happen for Medway.
Coming over to the sidelines here. Good chase from Coyle, as Larkey was right there with her the whole way. But instead it'll be Larkey to initiate play for the Mustangs. Shea moves past a couple of defenders, makes a nifty move on the inside. Now trying to get around a third. Still with it, takes a low shot. And Medway's got a couple players in front, but Morgan Nauman is there as well. Good chance there for the Mustangs as Larkey was able to get around not one, not two, but 3 defenders. Now a chance here as the Mustangs move in for another opportunity. But Medway takes it away and is trying to flip the field with 7:08. Going down on the play was number 21, Melanson. And as the Norwood Mustangs try to move it into the offensive end, we hear a whistle and it comes to Medway. Just as Joey's been saying, very quick off that whistle is Medway, and it is steered out of bounds, and we'll finally get a moment to catch our breath as Mannering ticks it out of bounds for Norwood.
Yeah, and I would imagine we're going to see that from Medway the rest of the game. We have about 6.5 minutes left. They're down 3 goals still.
Gotta hurry.
Every one of these set pieces, they're just going to drop the ball and go.
So right in front of our NCM camera, it is number 21. That's number 10, I believe. Apologies for that. That looks like Haley Gales, a junior, for Medway. Here come the Mustangs. Moving in is Larkey, number 19, but Medway is there the whole time. They have been on her a lot this game, but Shea has done a great job kind of as the field general. She's got a couple of assists already today.
Yeah, and her stick handling the past few possessions has been out of this world. She looks like she's playing ice hockey right now. She's just gliding up and down the field, keeping the ball on her stick. Speaking of which, Norwood with the ball in front of the net.
There's Nauman with a chance as she was moving in, gliding towards the middle.
And Larkey comes in right away, trying to take advantage.
And it looks like it'll be going the other way. Interesting you mention ice hockey. We will not see Shea out there playing ice hockey. She will be in the pool doing some diving for the Norwood swim team. I tell you, it's amazing that so many of these Norwood athletes able to kind of switch sports I think Bridget Sopel will see out there swimming again, and Maddie Sopel, I believe. Interesting, the kind of crossover between field hockey and swimming. Maybe we're onto something there.
Yeah, and it looks like Norwood's going to make a few subs here. So we got 5 minutes, 49 seconds left. It looks like Larky just checked out. I couldn't really see who else, but we have a couple new faces, new numbers coming onto the field here. So some fresh legs for the Norwood Mustangs.
They've at least got number 16 out there. That's Madison Doucette, a sophomore. And we'll try to see the other numbers in just a moment. I was looking for number 12 for a moment, but not quite. They still have Mannering in there, as you see her just off to the left. It'll be number 10. That's Haley Gales to initiate play, and it comes right to Mannering. And Spadorcia almost got a piece of that off of the whistle, but instead Coyle will send it away for Medway. Out to the far side, number 14 is Fonten, as she tries to move around Morgan Nauman. And somehow kept that in bounds. Nice job. Looks like Norwood has checked Maureen Larkey, number 23, back in the game, so she's one of those numbers that we're looking for here. As another whistle happens as Ainsley Callahan runs that one back.
Yeah, despite no goals here in this fourth quarter, if you're Norwood, this has been a great quarter. Just possessing the ball, dominating time of possession, making that clock run.
Here's a chance for Spadorcia, drives it here on net, and it'll go all the way out to the side.
And it seems like that's what they've been doing all quarter. Hasn't resulted in any goals yet, but they are bleeding that clock, and they're keeping the ball on the Medway side of the field. That's a good way to finish this game.
Under 5 minutes left in this hour-long contest, 4 15-minute quarters. These players are certainly demonstrating great cardio abilities here, and Norwood will look to close it out. But you never know. Medway has had some good chances, and they are certainly in the playoff hunt in D3. So this is not a team who's ready to roll over. It's also a team in Medway that has played some stiff competition. The TVL for field hockey is just a gauntlet this season.
Yeah, the good news for them is regardless of today's result, having Norwood on that schedule is just going to boost your strength of schedule, and that's a good way to add to your formula and get into the playoffs. So they're competing hard today. It's only a 3-0 game. Either way, this is a great effort, a good bid from the Medway Mustangs.
Speaking of Norwood, though, they are ranked number 2 currently in D2. The number 1 team is 6-0 Somerset Berkeley. So Norwood's got a couple extra games in hand on them. Number 3 is another undefeated team. Hingham is 8-0-1. And I tell you, one team that I was looking for right away when I looked at those power rankings is Reading. They were the team that beat Norwood last year in the finals. They are 9-1, same record as Norwood, by the way. And as Shay Larkey said, her main goal is to get back and finish the job this year. Could be Reading again that Norwood will ultimately have to go through.
Yeah, what an opportunity that would be, huh? Rematch potentially in the playoffs, in the state championship again. Kind of seems like destiny.
But we will see. Certainly a long road before we get there. Norwood's one loss, as we mentioned earlier, was last Friday against Walpole. They rebounded with a win against Dover Sherborne. They are currently undefeated in the TVL. And their next game, Joey, doesn't come till Sunday. Here's an opportunity as Larkey was trying to move inside. Medway steers it out and it comes back out to midfield for Melanson. But they play Sunday at Wachusett Regional. Talk about quite a bus ride. I think Norwood probably very thankful that John Longley and Allison Dolliner were able to get a Sunday game when traffic might not be as bad up that direction.
Yeah, that's quite the poke on a Sunday, too. As you mentioned, Joe, probably better that way for sure. But could be a tough adjustment, right? Playing on a Sunday, playing on the weekends.
Norwood certainly stocks their schedule with quality opponents. Coach Dolliner certainly wants her team playing the best. So, although I haven't done a whole lot of research on how the Wachusett Regional team is, I got to imagine they're pretty talented if they're on Norwood's schedule.
And Norwood's still flying down the field. A little dump and chase chance. And number 11, Allie Mannering. And
yeah, they're not letting up.
No, number 17, Emily Spadorcia, looking for another goal. They just took off down the field. And they're the reason why the ball will stay on the midfield side of the field.
And here is a chance for number 16. That's Doucette. Tried to play it into the middle, but a nice job by Ava Cordes, number 6 for Medway. Comes out for Ava Hines, who's still in the game. Boy, has Ava done a ton of work. She is buzzing around the ball the whole night. Another whistle, as looked like it came for a moment, out to one of the Norwood defenders there on the far side. I think that was Emma Penza, if she's still in the game, number 10. Oh, Bridget Sopel does a nice job stepping up there to thwart that shot away from Medway. There's Sopel. different number in there. Sopel comes away with it now with 1:25 to go. Over the middle of the field and another whistle. Medway, Joey, trying to put up one goal. Tell you, Medway has scored in every game this season. If they were to lose this game as it stands 3-0, it would be the first time that they have been shut out all year.
Yeah, and that should speak to Norwood's defensive efforts today, as well as Ava O'Neill in net has made some pretty impressive saves. She's just been, as we said, a stone wall back there for the Mustangs the past 2 years. So if they can hold on to the shutout, that's a great sign.
Yeah, Norwood has 3 shutouts of their own this year, including that 1-0 win over the number 1 team in Division 3, Medfield, that was just over a week ago. So 40 seconds left to go. Looks like Ron Marshalsea is getting set up for an interview after the game, so if you're watching us, don't go too far, as we'll hopefully have one of the stars of the Norwood contest coming over to the sidelines. And the Norwood faithful starting to clap it up, as it seems like the hay is in the barn, and Norwood is going to close this one out. Here is a low drive. They are into the shadows that will send Medway back to chase. And we are now under 10 seconds left in this contest. Norwood will go to 10-1-0, and the Medway Mustangs, who fall in the Battle of the Mustangs, will now be 4-6 as they head on into their next game on Monday against Dedham.
Yeah, so a great job by both teams today. Both Mustangs played very well. Norwood just able to capitalize with their goal-scoring opportunities. But Medway had quite a few as well. Ava O'Neill, a couple great saves. Norwood defense stepped up big time. And that senior front court, that senior front field, those forwards played a great game between Larkey, Conley, Spadorsha. They capitalized, and they put a few in the net.
Really great job from the whole Norwood crew. Great work from a coaching staff that, as we mentioned, featured a number of Norwood alumni. And we hope you'll stick with us, as it looks like we're getting set up for a post-game interview momentarily. We'll take a moment to thank our wonderful NCM crew. In the meantime, Brian Gagliard has been doing it all today, as he's up here now helping us coordinate the mics and getting the post-game interview set up. Ron Marshalsea has been moving around all day there, getting the field camera set up. Micaela Brown is up top, working cameras as well. Meghan Corbett, Kiki Thaxter helping out in the truck, and Jack Tolman, the maestro of NCM, if you will, I guess, coordinating it all.
Looking for directions where to go. We're trying to help her out a little bit.
There we go. And she's wearing that pink tie-dye shirt, that looks like. Tell you, that's a neat jersey she's got, as Ron Marshalsea will get her set up for the interview. So if you stuck with us through the stories of UConn making up rivalries and things like that, you are rewarded with Norwood's outstanding goalkeeper today. Ava, can you hear us up here?
Yeah, I can hear you kind of.
Are you okay after jogging or sprinting all the way over with all the gear on?
That might have been the most running I've done all season.
Okay, there we go.
Tell you, we just need you in goal, and you did a great job today. Medway really came out flying, but you hung tough in there. How does it feel to get a win here on Pink Night?
I'm really glad that everyone came out, showed up, and played, because tonight was a little bit more about like our own personal record and our personal motive. It was just a good way to like get the community together, and we were playing for something bigger than field hockey, and it felt good to get a win on our home turf, especially during youth night too, and Pink Night just was like, I think we're all really grateful that everyone came out and supported us as well.
Great answer. Good job, Ava. And speaking of which, today you guys finished 3-0. You couldn't hear it earlier, but Joe Pinola mentioned that this was actually the first time Medway has not scored a goal this season. So what did you see from your back line, your defense, and what did you see from yourself in net? How did you guys make that happen?
Honestly, I think today was like a phenomenal game just for everyone. Like the offense really came out strong, and they kind of controlled the game in the first half. I think they really were just played smart, and then especially our defense, like I can't say enough about them. Like Emily, Bridget, and Emma, like they are the reason that I get shutouts. Like they are a great line of defense, and I think that they're there to pick up the little mistakes, and they always do. And today it was a really good combination of offensively just pushing the ball, and then our defense just being able to pick up those little mistakes and then kind of set up the offense so that we could get those goals.
That's a great way you put it, letting that defense set the offense up. So the team is now 10-1, double-digit wins already this year, as we're only in the beginning of October, which is incredible. Heading into Wachusett on Sunday, is there anything specific you think the team needs to bring into that game from this one?
I think that what we've kind of struggled with this year is just our first quarter. We all kind of start off maybe a little flat. We're all kind of maybe not really focused in, and then I think going all the way out to Wachusett, just that hour-and-a-half drive, that long drive, I am a little worried about, because I think that since we already struggled kind of with that first quarter and then already coming out slow, but I think that's just going to be being aware of it and being intentional about how we go out on the field and how we play that day. I mean, honestly, we've kind of cracked down on everything that we kind of had flaws with during the season, and now you can kind of really see it all coming together and how we're flowing on the field. So I think it's just, at this point in the season, it's a matter of, are we bringing that energy, do we want to win, and what's our motivation?
Awesome. Another great answer from Ava. And lastly, just anything else you want to add? You want to give a shout out to however you got your kind of custom tie-dye pink goalie gear, where you guys got your pink jerseys? Anything about today's charity, today's event that you would want to add?
I do not know where these jerseys came from, actually. I think they were here before I even came to the high school. But, I just want to give a shout-out to the Norwood Youth Field Hockey Program in that community, because not only are they bringing so many kids into our program, but they're bringing their families, and just the fact that they could all bring up their families to come support. We have our bake sale, too, as well. All that money is going to a good cause. So it's just a shout out to our community and supporting each other, because all the donations today are going to a family who has been affected by breast cancer.
Well, wonderful to hear it, and I tell you, you guys showed up really well today, putting on a great performance. And Ava backstopping the Norwood team to her fourth shutout and a Norwood 10th win. Congratulations on a great game today, Ava.
Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me.
Thanks, Ava.
Thank you.
Ava O'Neill, Norwood's goalkeeper and one of Norwood's senior captains, putting on a great performance. The final today from Murray Field, Norwood 3, Medway nothing. Joey O'Connor, the Battle of the Mustangs has been decided, in field hockey at least, and it goes to Norwood.
Yeah, new rivalry, new bowl game perhaps, some good ideas flown around, but a great win for the Norwood Mustangs. Great effort all around, and you just saw Ava O'Neill pitching a shutout, so great job. We'll see you soon.
A lot of fun all around. Thanks to our wonderful NCM crew. You see Brian Gagliard here on camera. Check out some of the work that he does before football games and all over the place on our airwaves here. Meghan Corbett, our director. Kiki Thaxter working replay today. Micaela Brown was on camera. Isla Wilson, I think we may have seen around a little bit later today. She's always helping us out as a floor manager. Brian Gagliard, obviously, camera work coming down. He's getting his workout climbing the ladder here. And Ron Marshalsea with the field camera, all working to put this show together. We couldn't do it without any of them. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you will see us at another live event soon.
Yeah,
Have a good night, folks.
See you next week. Thanks for tuning in.